This is the story of the $2 trillion bubble that burst. Act 1. What is a bubble? Bubbles start with hope, an idea, a trend, a dream of easy money. At first, the growth feels real. Investors rush in, prices climb, headlines celebrate, and slowly, people forget the rules because when money looks infinite, caution disappears. Act 2. The spark. The $2 trillion bubble didn't begin as a scam. It began as innovation, a new technology, a new industry, a new frontier promising to change the world. Early believers became rich. Ordinary people poured in and the price skyrocketed. It felt unstoppable. It felt inevitable. It felt like the future, but bubbles always feel that way. Act 3. Mania. The bubble became more than an investment. It became a movement. Dinner tables buzzed about it. Celebrities endorsed it. Governments tried to regulate it and failed. Every chart went up. Every headline screamed opportunity. And suddenly, it wasn't just billions, it was trillions. The bubble swelled to $2 trillion, bigger than most nations' economies. Act 4. The warning signs. But there were cracks. Projects with no revenue worth billions, companies with no products trading like giants, investors who didn't even understand what they owned. The bubble wasn't built on fundamentals, it was built on belief. And belief is fragile. Act 5. The burst. It started slowly, a few prices slipped, a few investors cashed out, then came the panic. Charts collapsed, fortunes evaporated, companies went bankrupt overnight. In weeks, $2 trillion of wealth vanished. $2 trillion gone. Act 6. The fallout. The fallout was brutal. Investors lost life savings. Governments scrambled to contain the collapse. Trust in the industry evaporated. What was once the future now looked like a fraud, and millions of people were left asking the same question. How did no one see it coming? Act 7. The lessons. But the truth is, everyone saw it coming, because bubbles always look the same. They start with hope, they grow with hype, they collapse with fear. The details change, the industry changes, the scale changes, the scale changes. But the story is always the same. Now, I know that you're probably expecting me to tell you the story of the dot-com bubble or maybe the housing bubble of 2008. But this story is actually about a more recent bubble, a bubble that burst just a few months ago, the crypto bubble. Yeah, that one. You may have heard about it. When Bitcoin first emerged, it was a curiosity, a digital oddity that caught the attention of tech enthusiasts and investors. But as its price began to climb, it attracted a new kind of investor, people who saw not a digital currency, but a ticket to easy money. By 2021, the market had grown. Cryptocurrencies weren't just a fad, they were a phenomenon. People bought not because they wanted to use them, but because they expected them to go higher. It wasn't about being early anymore, it was about getting in before the next big jump, and those expectations drove the price higher. For a while, it seemed like the future of finance, a future where anyone could be a millionaire. And then it all came crashing down. Some predicted it, others ignored the signs, and in the end, trillions of dollars were wiped out. Now, if you're a believer, you might say that this isn't the end, that the crypto market will recover and go higher than ever. And you might be right, but that's not the point of this story. This story is about the bubble, the frenzy, the mania that takes an investment and turns it into something fake, something artificial, something that has nothing to do with the original vision. Because here's the thing, every bubble starts with a good idea. The internet, housing, cryptocurrencies, they all promised something better, something new, something that would change the world. And for a while, they did. But then the money came in, the hype grew, the prices soared, and the fundamentals didn't matter anymore. The true believers were joined by opportunists who saw only dollar signs, and soon the whole thing collapsed. So what's the lesson here? Well, there are many lessons, but the most important one is this: never let the noise get to you. Don't follow the crowd. Don't chase what's hot. Invest in what you understand and always remember the fundamentals, because in the end, that's what matters, and the rest is just noise.